I like the other one. Okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I call the meeting to order. If you all please rise for the pledge of allegiance. And if I could just for 1 second, if we just do a moment of silence for we're building year to year to this lady, Barbara Matouche. We lost Barbara Matouche on Thanksgiving Day. There's been a lot of great little tributes, and I think the Borough family's still reeling a bit that she's not here with us anymore. And I'll just share with you one little thing. I remember a line from someone about when asked, like, is there heaven? Like, is there a heaven? And the answer was, well, heaven is simply if people speak well of you after you're gone. But that's it. That's heaven. That's all it has to be. And good Lord, does she have a penthouse in heaven? Because people have just done nothing but speak well of her, just everywhere, with people that have booked this place that Keith has been dealing with all the people we've been exposed to and talked to, just every little bit of it. So just a little, and we're going to have some new carpet, which is kind of our last few weeks as we look back. Our last few weeks have been about new carpets and colors here, which we were tussling about. But she won finally on Wednesday afternoon, the day before, and had great fun like showing me that she won. So
She said to me, you're gonna pick my pattern of carpet, right?
yeah. So just a moment of silence, just to remember. Okay, thank you. And proof that we're still reeling is nobody can find where the name flies. Okay?
I know.
Municipal reports, tax collector, CFO, and public works.
Yes.
And we have the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 1649, amending salary ordinance 1647.
So this is the public hearing on the salary ordinance. We always adopt these at the end of the year leading into, this first one, 1649, right? We're simply amending
Amending
the DPW,
1647,
right?
DPW, yeah.
DPW, setting a range for the acting public works superintendent, the police chief is doing that. Is there anyone that would like to be heard on this ordinance? Okay,
Mayor Malley?
yes.
Commissioner Leonard? Yes. Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
And we have the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 1650, the 2019 salary ordinance.
So this is the ordinance that we do at the end of every year, setting the salary ranges for next year, 2019. The individual salaries are either set by contract or by resolution. Afterwards, the simply sets ranges and creates the positions so that they can be paid in those positions. Like Barbara's position is not filled right now, but it sets that position that we fill. This is a public hearing on this ordinance. Anyone like to be heard on it? Okay.
Mayor Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard? Yes. Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
We have the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 1651 for water rates, water rent.
So this is the increase on the water rates, which we discussed with Keith. I don't recall exactly the numbers. You don't need. All right, so it's been published. We did this at the introduced last meeting. Increase on our water rates. We haven't had an increase for 2 years. If there's anyone that would like to be heard on this ordinance, this is your opportunity.
We raised it last year.
We raised sewer last year, not the water rates.
And the one.
Water rates raised last year? I
Yeah,
didn't think
both
so.
of them at the same time.
Huh? Water was, okay, my apologies, yes, it was. Yes. And listen, the justification for it is simply that we have been, spending a lot on the infrastructure and improvements of the plant. We did a shared service with Virginville Penn Soccer this year, and their, water commission there, and they are, come to us with a lot of recommendations in terms of upgrades to the facility. So we're taking those steps. It's all getting poured back in. You know, one of our little mini goals, some parts of town, every once in a while, get some groundwater. We think we're on track to like, eliminate that forever and ever and ever. So, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna add to it, because I think it's an important thing. I had the opportunity to really tour really our water systems with engineers and other people from Penn Soccer and Virginville. And it's really sort of such a, I walked away with such a positive feeling on the proactive nature and the technical, abilities and foresight that they have in terms of planning to, first of all, create resiliency so they can break down and cause problems. Secondly, to create efficiencies that will reduce our energy costs and make things more actually be more reliable as well as it works. So I think in these increases, there's also value, and I got to see it firsthand.
Any comment, any public comment on this ordinance? It's just for water rate increases.
Mayor Mallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard? Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
Now we have a first reading of an ordinance amending parking Maple Avenue at Washington Avenue. Kevin, can somebody help me out with this one?
Permanent parking only for residents.
Okay, so
Because they have overflow.
Okay, so it's Collinswood Arms allowing some of the residents from the Washington Arms to be parking on Maple Avenue. So the public hearing on this, the second reading will be at our meeting on December 27th, which is a 10 a.m. meeting. It's a cleanup meeting at the end of the year. It's Thursday, December 27th. That will be the public hearing on this.
Mayor Mallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard? Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
Do the first reading of ordinance 1653, amending chapter 141, lighting.
Joe, you want to talk about this?
So the, in our ordinances, the area for signage also includes lighting. This is about the business district, the historic district, and at large all the businesses. One of the things that we have regulated over the years is neon, so that we don't become very like brassy and loud there. We've made it look like a historic glow. Well, now LED lights are similar to neon lights, so we have to upgrade our language to go with modern times and what our type of lighting is available right now, so that we maintain the look that we're trying to. We have to add more LED and other type of things similar to neon. So it's just maintaining our character and charm, updating the words we're using.
Okay, so this will be heard at the December 27th, 10 a.m. meeting.
Mayor Mallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Leonard?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
And we have the first reading of ordinance 1654, salary ordinance.
This is for Oh, okay, all right. So this is an amendment that we're doing to one of the positions. It's actually for the position here on the in the community center. We need to do an amendment to the range of what the salary is. Because we're looking at like a part-time, we're not sure exactly what the position is going to be. So it's an amendment on that, December 27th. So that's an amendment to the ordinance that we just adopted 5 minutes ago. December 27th, 10 a.m. Is that meeting here? That meeting's across the street. Okay, it's across the street, Borough Hall, third floor.
And it says December, Monday, the 27th.
Right.
It's not.
I know. That's what I said, to try to get clear. It's not on the agenda. I'll show you. Okay, so,
Mayor Mallon?
yes.
Commissioner Leonard?
Yes.
Commissioner Lewandowski?
Yes.
And we have the following resolutions.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Talking about salaries, getting back to the first, when we first started. I would like to know that standard pay increases usually 3-4% today. I see the increases in the salaries that are published ranging anywhere from 20-30%. I would like to know why.
Sure, okay, so they're not salary increases, okay? The salary ordinance that's adopted sets ranges where a salary for that position could be, okay? The mayor could have a salary range of $5,000 to $150,000 in that ordinance as the range, okay? But the number of what the salary is set at is $6,000, okay? So those ranges are what the position could be, okay? Nobody's getting a 20% increase. The contractual increases for the most part have been 2%. There's no one getting that. Those numbers are just setting ranges, okay?
Well,
They're not setting what the salaries are.
That's quite deceiving.
Well, it's not,
This.
it's the way salary ordinances always get done. They're setting a range, and that's because, think of it this way, if it sets a range for the police chief, okay? And, say the range is, $50,000 to $70,000. If you're bringing in a police chief, you could have someone that has, 25 years experience that may be at the higher end of that range, or someone that has 15 years experience that might be at the lower end of that range, okay? So it just sets for the position what the range would be. It is not setting numbers. I can assure you, we'd be shutting the doors down if everybody was getting a 20-30% increase, okay? Just couldn't be, all right?
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Go ahead.
Move the following resolutions, appointing library board trustees Anne Marie Dunn and Beth Kukowski,
Yes,
appointing Dennis Johnson to the Department of Public Works,
yes,
reappointing Robert Hansberg, Housing Authority,
yes.
approving lien certifications of various properties,
So the lien certifications, these are where properties have been cited. It's usually for grass, okay, high grass, but whatever the occasion may be, property could be cited for certain property maintenance issues that have not been resolved within 30, 60, 90 days. And so our DPW will go out and actually do the work. And then we put a lien on the property for the cost of the work, okay? So this is simply approving those liens for work that's been done on properties. Okay, yes.
authorizing the 2018 budget transfer,
So budget transfers, and there's a number of them. Budget transfers are, at the end of the year, it will be shifting money from one line item into another line item. Doesn't increase what the budget is. It's just simply at the end of the day when we find out we didn't need as much in electric as we did in health insurance. And so they'll transfer from the electric line item over to the health insurance just to pay the bills at the end of the year. Okay? Happens all the time, it's November and December, and it's just a transfers to finish and pay the bills, all within the confines of the budget that was adopted.
authorizing the salary resolution,
Vote on the budget transfer?
Yes, you vote on the budget transfer.
Yes.
yes,
Okay, yes.
authorizing the salary resolution,
Okay, so can I just have that, just to try to give the specific. So this salary resolution that we're authorizing, so now this salary ordinance, this salary resolution now sets the salaries of a number of positions, okay? So this is the number, if you want to see what increase or what somebody was getting paid, this resolution is what sets those numbers, okay? And they're within the range, oh yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, and you'll see that it's within the ranges of the ordinance about where they're set, okay? So this goes through municipal court, the police officers, and it's all set by contract, it's all set up there, okay? So that's the difference, it's a two-step approval process, okay? And this is setting for 19, right? 2019, setting salaries for 19. Yes. Okay, yes.
and canceling grant appropriation balances,
So this is simply at the end of the year, any money that's been appropriated from certain grants, we have to do a lot of bookkeeping to cancel them out, just so they're all done for the end. Yes.
Yes.
And we have an addition.
Yes, so there's a resolution appointing Gretchen Kolecki to, the zoning board. Yes, we'll move that. Yes,
Yes.
And approving the payment of bills presented by the treasurer.
that's paying the bills. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You want to ask you?
First thing I wanted to point out, 'cause it really is an important event that's really talking about something that's critically serious issue in our community, and that's it's called Vaping Me Crazy, and it's an event that our municipal alliance, school district, county, a lot of groups are participating and supporting, and it's being held December 10th at 7 p.m. at the high school. And you know, we really have a real social health crisis of vaping, juuling, whatever you want to call it. Smoking, as we know, cigarettes is down according to the CDC, but that's only because vaping is up exponentially. And it's sweet like candy, and kids younger and younger are doing it, and it's a real problem. And this is sort of for parents, and it's also for school staff. I think a lot of school staff are going to be there to sort of identify everything from language to signs that your child may be doing this, and what you can do where you can get help. So that's December 10th. Another thing I wanted to sort of plug is Recycling Coach. And I didn't know anything about this until I read it in the town crier, but it's an app, a phone app that you can get that actually will give you support and assistance on how to properly recycle. And recycling has become more and more of an important issue. First of all, we should try to avoid using disposable plastics and try to find things that we can reuse. But if you do, you should know what you can throw in the can and what you can't throw in the can. Game has changed, costs are going up, and dirty recycling is almost at the point that it's costing more than throwing out trash. And when it becomes more than throwing out trash, then there's going to be decisions made around the country that, is this worth it? Of course it's worth it, but we need to make sure that we're doing it right. So try to get that Recycling Coach app. Get it from Google Store or Apple or anything like that. It's free, and it connects to Collinswood for reminders, as reminders of events from hazardous waste events to shredding events in the county and whatnot. So I want to let you know about that. Third thing is our streets program. We identified the 11 areas that we wanted to be paving. We're really running into weather issues between all the rain and that sort of put a delay on starting things. As we get colder, because asphalt's such a thing that you can't do in the cold, it may wait for the spring. So we're keeping an eye. If we know we're projected to have a couple of good weeks, maybe we can get one of them done. We don't really know, but I just want to give you an update on that. That's all.
Commissioner Leonard?
You're reminding me of just some upcoming things. There are going to be some changes in recycling of what we can put out at our single stream recycling, but I thought that's part of this borough and the way that we figure things out together might be a way we can do something about improving the other types of plastics. So we'll see, that will be another year-long project, as well as trying to get rid of plastic bags throughout our neighborhood and our farmers market. There are so many challenges we have that we really have to step up and get these things done, and I know that we're up to it. There's a group working hard to bring cheer. It is the Collinswood Community Chorus, and they're having their annual holiday. Okay, so and it's a free concert and it's lovely. So think about that. You'll see some little flyers on the end of the room, but that's something nice to look forward to. So I just had a couple of little thoughts that were really inspirational to me. Just by coincidence, last night at church, there were words saying, better to light one candle in darkness than complain your life about darkness. just lighting it. And then tonight, we have the first lighting of the menorah for Hanukkah, which the whole message is shine your light and bring goodness to the world. And today's not good enough, do it even better tomorrow. That's a wonderful message. And during this holiday season, we know a light has come to the world, and you are the light of the world. So I was thinking of how much Barbara was just such an amazing light. She just glowed, and how great she was, bringing so much joy and love and light and wit, and helpfulness. And I just, it's so nice sometimes when you have a message come to your head and you can really think of people in this town that have made such a difference. And such a person who will be missed so much in my heart. But during this time of the year of darkness with his light, Barbara was a great light for all of us. So just the people of this town do such great work, such volunteerism. Out there tonight with everybody, the people celebrating the Jewish tradition and singing, it was really beautiful. Barbara would have loved that too. And it's just, we're always progressing forward with bringing light. So thank you to everybody who's helped to bring light, the people who help with the parade, the people who help with the downtown, the holiday lighting, tonight's event. So thank you, and continue to bring peace on earth. Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas.
Oh, peace on earth.
Sorry, Jimmy.
So, I want to really give a shout out and thanks to our parade committee. I want to urge all of you, this year is the beginning with our tree lighting and with our parade. Some of the folks that have been doing this for a very long time, and they don't want to do it anymore. So this is our first year. Really, we did all the parade and the tree lighting without Jody Chambers being involved. Back a little, once other people step up. So if anyone is out there that would like to volunteer and become a part of the parade, tree lighting, all the other things that go on in town, it's time that we put the keyboards aside and we need people to really come do it. Really, really important. That parade is a classic example of post-mortem on that will happen in the next week or two, and work will begin for next year to try to line things up. There's always things that happen during the year, new things that happen that we only trying to get them in the parade, trying to see if we can get that thing in the parade. So it's really, really important. I just want to emphasize for folks, please come volunteer and become a part of that. That's all I have. I want to thank our borough staff. I want to thank everybody in our borough for the help all year long. It's the end of the year because of all the great work that they do. We've been able over the years to do some different things here in town. We greatly appreciate it. And lately, we're becoming a mass unit now. We've lost Barbara. We had Sandy Powell has severely injured. Please keep Carol Sickler in your prayers. She had heart surgery. She's going through some things. So we've had a lot of pretty serious injuries and ailments in the borough family. Keith Hastings has been the zoning officer, the community center director, the treasurer, all in the last few weeks. He's got to do a little bit of everything so far. So that's all. Have a great holiday. We're going to open up to the public. Anyone? Go ahead. Sure.
Just Wednesday at 6:30, we have a town forum to discuss the police fire facility, to share with you what we have after a lot of feedback. So there are tours starting at 5:30. Tours, if you'd like to see police, fire stations, a lot of cars that are meeting at the fire station, and then meeting here at 6:30.
And while you're talking, just one other thing that is we're working with PACO about the sound of the speed line. I don't know if any of you noticed, the sound, since we got these new trains, oh my goodness, the sound is unbelievable. And so we've done some measurements, and it's pretty high, it's pretty intense, the sound. So we're working with the speed line, with PACO about, they actually are out on the contract to do some work on the rails in a few different spots where it seems the sound is a lot worse. We had a meeting here the other day where the screen was down, as the train went by, the screen was moving. So it's gotten a little bit worse, we're checking. So we're gonna open it up. Yep, Suzanne, just name and address for the record, please.
Yes, Suzanne Cloud, 241 Haddon Avenue in Collingswood. First thing I'd like to say, Keith, I'm bringing a Kennedy Center Award winner in this Thursday for the jazz. Will it be open at 6:30? And who would I? Oh, really? Everything's fine?
He's doing everything.
Who is?
Keith is doing everything.
Joanne.
Okay, do you have the room set up that Barbara had, or? Okay, all right. And the other thing.
Please feel free on anybody that has anything else like that that's going on in the community center, feel free to call ahead. Feel free to just check and make sure, because everybody's Barbara, God will love her, but she didn't quite keep a binder that we could turn to what the next event was and see what it was. She had her own little system.
I didn't even know she had passed, so.
That's on Thanksgiving morning.
Oh, gee, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask about was, I saw a great article in the Philly Voice, Christina was in, about the Airbnb, and you guys are gonna be voting on it in January, and the one question I had, I think you were quoted, saying that you were going to limit the days you were looking into limiting the days. How many days were you thinking of?
We really haven't finalized it yet. I think we're somewhere in that.
We're waiting for Joe to, Joe Nardi's working on a redraft and is gonna shoot that around. So it's all.
Okay.
Okay.
All
And the
right.
idea of limiting 5 years, just for everybody, is, we want to have the ability to have it allowable, but not have someone that has a full-time 365 type business. So
The only thing I would add to keep in mind is that if you limit it too much, then it doesn't make any sense to even do it. I mean, because I'm trying to pay my taxes here and the mortgage, so if you limit it to, like, you can have a guest 3 months out of the year, that really doesn't do anything, so just keep that in mind.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
My husband and I have,
I just need your name and address for the record. I apologize.
Eleanor Kuzma, 947 Park Avenue. We have children that live in the state of Washington, so when we go out there, they have a very small home. And our kids don't have facilities for us to stay. We have used Airbnb in their small town, which is on the historic register. And it has not caused any problem in that town in the whole time that we used it, and they've been out there 15 years. I don't really think that Airbnb would do any harm to Collingswood. The people that do it are very, very careful about maintaining their property and keeping up the historic register of the town. It's 4 towns, and you can check it in Washington State. It's about 2 hours north of Seattle. They have Airbnb, they have Home Away, they have VRBO, all in that town. And our son's been out there 15 years. And I have never seen anything or anybody have any problem. So I would be in full agreement that Collins would allow at any time. Maybe you don't want to have it 24/7, at 365, but I don't see that if you're going to limit it, in what way you could do it that would make it better, because different families travel at different times to be with different families. We go out for the kids' for our grandkids' birthday. We go out for their anniversary. We go out in the summer, but sometimes it depends on what's going on. So I think that it's a really a good thing to have. And personally, for the 2 of us, we'd much rather go to an Airbnb or a VRBO, because we can make our own breakfast. We can get up when we want. We're in town with the kids. We can't stay with them because their place is too small. But we can be right near them. And it makes it feel more like home. For us, it's much more of a preference than a hotel.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Good morning, I have a question. I'm wondering why out of the 37 towns in Camden County, we're the only one that doesn't have a working session or public caucus meetings?
We never have. Part of it, I know some of the other, really Haddonfield's other town commission that does it, we never have.
They do according to their website.
Oh, no, I know they do them, but I think they do them the same way that they do this. We just
Yeah,
never
like
had,
sometimes do, but it seems like one only.
it's just never, ever done working sessions forever and ever. All before us, not like it existed and we stopped, it just never. Actually, for a while, I think, before I started, I think they used to list them and like have dates for them, but never happened.
It just seems like it would be advantageous. I saw Haddon Bates has meetings and then there's a protocol, if you want to get something submitted to be at the public office agenda and then discuss.
So then the public can put on the agenda?
Yes.
We can, well, I guess we don't have the meetings where you can do that, but you can always send stuff.
Just seems-
Okay, it's been working. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, just, I need a name and address there.
I wonder about the kind of feet on the street. It's really dangerous on my street. I don't even know if it's going to, I put in a thing last year, nothing happened. But people put on my block, which is near school, and people zooming from Petco, so it's dangerous to begin with. And people on the weekend, and are picking up this on Friday, putting out with the car, and then cones, and it's just.
Cones?
It's cones out, yeah,
Oh,
and that, so.
Around the street, right?
In the street.
Which is where they're not.
And when we've had all this rain,
And, yeah, so one is the whole leaf thing, and, I have neighbors that come and throw the leaves on my yard, and I want them for my garden, because I don't have a yard, I have a garden, but that's beside the point, but anyway, but there's these big piles of leaves at home, and it just gets dangerous, and
well, okay, so people are putting leaves in the street.
in the street, but not just like an overflowing strip, I'm like talking with the car,
In the street.
yeah.
Right.
So is that by 317 Lee's? Is that? what
It's
you're saying?
all that, it's on the 300 block.
300 blocks.
So
but it's everywhere. And, we, again and again, we try to educate. Of course, that will work on some, but not all.
Yeah.
okay, you got that, Yuri?
Yeah, we just want to look for 300 blocks.
Just
Yeah,
get-
see what we can do.
It's just, I've seen a lot of near accidents.
Yeah. We'll make sure we
What
can.
are the cones? Help me with the cones. They're just are
So
they?
you don't drive through it and move the.
Just to block it?
Yeah,
Okay.
they want it to get picked up, so they're putting it there so you see it, but it's supposed to be on the,
I really have a problem if like, my little tiny pile of leaves, just for my curb strip, you break into a little leaf on Thursday, little pile on Thursday night, it's always picked up. It is only your bills get picked up.
great,
Okay,
thank you.
okay, yes, sir.
I like to respond to this question.
Sure. Okay,
I'm
well,
John
okay.
Kuzma.
Just give us your name and address for the
John
record.
Kuzma, 947 Park Avenue.
Yes, sir.
I take care of my property, I have a good property on Park Avenue. And she mentions cones, I put my leaves on a grass strip,
Great, good,
so it doesn't block the flow of water in case of rain.
good.
Early on Friday morning, 6, 7 o'clock, I put cones out on the street to keep cars from parking there for the speed line. So when the trucks come around picking up the leaves, if they don't get picked up, if there's cars blocking the parking strip. So something should be done there. Either some signs that leaf truck is coming that day in the morning or afternoon. Because they cannot get at the leaves when there is parking. Car upon car, they can't get to the leaves.
Okay, so what,
That makes the situation bad because the leaves stay there and if there's a rain, it blocks the storm sewers and storm gutters and you have flooding in the street. So I just wanted to bring this up to the.
Very good
Okay.
suggestion.
so the public works, Kevin Gary's making notes back there, we'll take a look at that and see if there's anything we can do. Just keep up the education, try to help. Yes, Andy? And name and address for the record.
In Woodcock, 121 East Palmer Avenue. When does leaf pickup stop?
Not for a long time.
It's been a little late this year, so we're looking, weather dependent, really. But if we're unable to get to all the leaves, we'll have a spring cleanup as well. Right now, probably like 30%.
Oh, last week of December? Okay,
Real
thank you.
soon after the leaves stop falling.
And it stops raining.
Real soon after that. Jen, did you have your hand?
Yeah. Jen Rossi, 114 East Palmer Avenue, here again tonight to speak in favor of adoption of Airbnb rules and speaking that.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Wesley Fenza, 315 Taylor Avenue. I also wanted to speak in favor of another Airbnb restriction. I travel on Airbnb a lot. Generally, Airbnb travelers are accredited to the town they're in and patronize the local establishments. And to be successful on sites like that, you have to keep your place looking nice. If you don't keep it up, you won't be successful. So I don't see any way that would detract anything.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes?
Richard Kleinman, 742 Maple Terrace. I've been living in the borough of Collinswood for 41 years, and I've seen many of the holidays parades. What I don't see in the parade is the Grand Marshal should be from Collinswood, not from Philadelphia or New York. Honor somebody that did some volunteer work for the borough or did some outstanding heroism for the borough in that year.
So, okay, so first off, the parade is run by volunteers, okay? So like they're not dissing anybody. But in the years past, they have done that, okay? There've been a lot, let me finish, and there's been a lot of years in which they recognize folks in town and they're the grand marshal or they're our marshal, whatever. They also, some years, will select, some local celebrities that will help garnish the parade more exposure and publicity, okay? Not for that day, but for later on, okay? So it's a mix, it's a real mix. But they do recognize folks in town, there's been, they've been recognized in it. I don't know, I don't get to see all of it, I don't get to see all of it, but I didn't see it, all of it this year, but they do that, okay? But we'll be happy to let them know. They do it from time to time.
I've not seen one in 10 years.
No, there's been more than that. There's been more than that. They mix it up. Mr. Kelly was one year. I mean, I got nothing. There's more than that. This is Chambers was. Yeah. And then there's also like one year in the early days we had the Bachelorette. There was a girl from Gloucester City. We had her. Like it's just, it's a mixed match of things that would be fun. And, they would be fun and would bring people out to the parade.
Join the committee, Mr. Clark.
Yeah. Yes, please, we need people. Suzanne.
I'll join the committee for my neighbors. The other thing is, I just thought of something we were talking about the leaves. On Halloween, where I live down, past Browning, where all the 3-story stuccos are, hundreds of kids from Camden, their parents come up there. And they're so excited that they're just leaping across the street. And I'm afraid somebody's going to get killed. Maybe it would be really great next year if you could have a cop there. Just kind of, because the traffic is all backed up and people are getting weird about kids in costumes crossing the street. And I don't want to, I love it. I'm out there, my neighbors are out there having a good time, and the kids just loving it. But somebody's going to get hurt one year. So if you could have some policemen there.
Well, we can look at it, but it's there's a whole lot of them out. That's all I can tell you is that scene is going all over the place.
Is
And the
it?
scene out here on Haddon is like off the charts, okay?
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on all over, very busy traffic. But we can sure look and see what we can do.
Yeah,
Maybe
because
set up
the only
designated-
cross light is that light on Browning and Haddon, and they don't want to go all the way down there and come all the way back, so they're going back and forth across
Wherever
that.
we put a cop doesn't mean that's where everybody's gonna cross.
I know, maybe there's, maybe we could get somebody to stand out there.
Okay.
It's something we can do.
You got it, thanks. Anyone else? Okay, thank you, have a great holiday, thanks.
See, Holly.
Holidays, yeah.
Oh, there was